Hi, my name is Matthew Tringali with Better Who. And in this video, I'm going to answer three questions for you. First question is, what is an RTM? The second question is, why did we start RTM Direct? And the last question is, what can an RTM do for you? So the first question, what is an RTM? Well, let's talk about what an RTM is not. An RTM is not a virtual assistant. This is the phrase that's been used for a long time, and it still is used by most people. But I don't like that phrase because the people that you're staffing, they're not virtual. They're real human beings. They're not merely assistants. They're full-fledged team members who want to be just as much incorporated into your team and your company culture as your local staff does. And so this is why we call them RTMs, remote team members. So the second question is, why did we start RTM Direct? Well, this story starts with me back in 2010, hiring what I then called virtual assistants to do all sorts of things for me in my property management company. And to be honest with you, I made a lot of mistakes. And I learned through those mistakes and really perfected this direct hiring methodology with remote team members. And a lot of my peers in the property management industry saw the success that was creating when I did the direct hire method. And they wanted a better way. Either they weren't currently hiring in RTMs at all, or they were going through staffing agencies and they wanted a better way by hiring direct. So they started approaching me and saying, hey, can you help me do what you did for yourself? And I said, you know what? Absolutely, we can. And that's when RTM Direct was born. Since then, we've really dialed it in. We're doing dozens of placements every month with other property management companies. And I hope you'll consider it for yourself. Now, the last question here is, what can a remote team member, what can this do for you when you hire a remote team member? And there's a few things this will do for you. Number one, it's going to create less stress on yourself, your staff, and your whole company. Because what it does when you hire a remote team member is it gives you more capacity with human resource to do different things. And so right now you have people on your team that are doing things that are not their superpowers, that are not their unique abilities. They're doing things that either they're not the most skilled at, or they're not very passionate about, or most importantly, it's not where their skill meets their passion, which is my definition of a superpower. So by hiring remote team members and getting that increased human resource capacity on your team, it'll allow everybody on your team, including you and your staff that you have right now, to focus on the things where they're most excited, most passionate, and have the most skill, which will create less stress. The other thing that it'll do is it'll free up more time. A lot of companies, they are operating at just enough pace to get just enough things done to put out the fires and keep moving forward. But for most companies, there's a lot of projects that are sitting on the sidelines that they're never going to have time to get to because they're not staffed up enough to do all those things that are truly going to advance their business to the next level. And by leveraging the remote team members on your staff, it will give more free time and more capacity to do with however you want. For some, that means having a lifestyle business where they just work less. And for some, it means creating more bandwidth and capacity to do new verticals or new things with their business. And then the last thing that it's going to do for you is increase your profitability. When I made that big shift by really leveraging remote team members in my company, before then, I was spending about 50% of my overall revenue on staffing. It was hard for me to be profitable the way I needed to be profitable and be a healthy business with that level of staffing. Once I properly leveraged remote team members throughout my company, I got to the place where I was only spending about 20% of my revenue on operational and direct staffing. This allowed me to dramatically increase the profitability of the company, which was better for everybody involved, me, my staff, and everybody. So that's what a remote team member is. That's why we started RTM Direct, and that's what it can do for you. If this sounds interesting and you'd like to learn more information, you can either click the book a call button and schedule a time to chat with us, or if you already know that you're ready to move forward, you can go ahead and go to our shop page and go ahead and check out and sign up for RTM Direct. Thanks so much.